Welcome to Outback Outdoors. It's early June, and out here, that means bears. This month, we're going to join Jim in Idaho on a do-it-yourself public land bear hunt with our good friend Rocky Jacobson. Then, Jim and myself are going to travel to northern Manitoba and hunt with Adrenaline Outfitters for monster black bears. It's going to be exciting. We have quite an adventure in Manitoba. Stay with us. Outback Outdoors starts right now.
Outback Outdoors is brought to you by Get Serious, Get Hoyt, Montana Decoy, is it alive or another Montana Decoy? Mossy Oak, it's not a passion, it's an obsession. Mossy Oak Biologic, scientifically proven wild game products. Muzzy Broadheads, bad to the bone. Camoflex, the best in 3D concealment. Lone Wolf Tree Stands, your silent partner. Nikon, the trusted name in optics. Pacific Bow Butts, handmade quality, unmatched durability. Rivers West, for any season, for every season. Winner's Choice Custom Bowstrings, champion shooters live by them, Pope and Young trophies die by them.
Well, it's the first week of June, the snow's finally melted off, we're done chasing turkeys, we're headed to the mountains for bear. I was headed to north central Idaho for 10 days on a do-it-yourself bear hunt with a friend of mine, Rocky Jacobson. He's the owner of Bugling Bull Game Calls. We were going to be on public land, do-it-yourself. Rocky's been up there for over 20 years baiting in this area. So we're going to try to do it all on our own with the bows.
I like to take my baits and set them up alongside of the edges of clear cuts where the bears are coming out of the heavy timber into these open areas to do their feeding. And also I like to set them up along the edge of the clear cut because a lot of times the bears won't sweep out behind you to get your scent. They'll stay in the heavier timber. So everything that I'm shooting at is going to be in against the timber. Myself is out along the edge. If you look back up here on these ridges, there's some nice big rock bluffs that run up the ridge up here. And along those ridges, a lot of green grass is growing there early in the spring, and that's the first place to open up after the snow melt. This country has a lot of snow, and as you can see in the back country, there's still snow in the high mountains up there.
Hello, I'm Adam Wells. Welcome to this installment of Mossy Oak Biologics Habitat Minute. Today we're up here in the high country of Colorado, putting in some obviously high elevation food plots. What I want to show you today is how we've overcome some of the challenges of the short growing seasons and erratic precipitation patterns to get these food plots established. Hope you'll learn a lot. It's been a lot of fun for me as I get to see the elk and deer come and utilize these plots this fall. This is some alfalfa we planted last fall. This is its first year. You can see it's already getting some pretty heavy grazing pressure. So we have this plot where we sprayed it, putting it back into an annual plot for a couple of years. Right next to this perennial plot, so those animals have some feed to come into, so hopefully our annuals are getting established. They don't eat it to the ground faster than it can grow. All right, today is about the 8th or 9th day of July. We had our last snowstorm on this particular food plot. Here about 9,000 feet. Snowed here on the 10th of June, and we're still running the risk of freezes or frosts until about 10 days ago. I sprayed the food plot with some Roundup. So that gives all the weeds that are in the ground enough time to germinate and come out, where I can burn those weeds off. Our growing seasons are extremely short. We're only going to have right now about another 30 to 40 frost-free days to get these plots established. And if we break up that ground, we're going to lose all of our moisture, and then we'll be relying on the rain. With this no-till drill and spraying, I can get this seed into the ground right to moisture, where that seed will start to germinate here next couple of days and take advantage of this 30 to 40 day window to get these fall plots established. By spraying our food plots instead of disking and using the no-till drill, you can can see all this moisture that we're able to save. The moisture we have right here, this is enough to get our oats and our brassicas to come in. I have the no-till drill set right now for a 1/4 inch depth, and it looks like we're just absolutely perfect. We do get one little shot of rain on this, and it's guaranteed it'll come in.
Our plan was to trade off every other night, so we'd each get 4 nights to hunt. 10-day total, 1 day either side for travel, and I was up to bat first. Our first night in Idaho, spring of '09, hunting here in north central Idaho, right on the edge of a clear cut. Wilderness behind us, we're way back in. It took us 4 hours with the truck and trailer to get back here. This bait's been getting hit real hard. Rocky put it out last week, and every bait's been getting hit good, so there's 2 big sets of tracks on this bait as well in the dirt, so we're hoping to get a muzzy moment here. Beautiful weather, sunny, 75, so 5 o'clock we're going to sit for the next 4 hours, see what happens. Stay tuned. First night on stand, it was my turn to hunt, and had a chocolate boar come in and entertained us for a couple hours. It was pretty neat to see the bear on the very first evening. On my second sit, we went to a new bait site. Nobody sat it before, but it was getting hit. The only thing that came in was a small black sow. She was only in for about 15 minutes, made for some good entertaining footage again, but again, just too small to shoot. On my third sit, we went to another bait. Again, it's been getting hit, nobody sat it, but it's the first and only night we got skunked. Nothing came in. The weather was good, just no bears showed up that night. On my last night of the hunt, I figured I'm gonna cook up a batch of Eastman's Bear Crack. It worked, as you can see in the footage. That chocolate boar wasn't more than 5 or 6 yards from me the whole time drooling. Along with the chocolate boar, a blonde sow came in, and she's just a short, fat, fluffy bear, but you can definitely tell she's a sow just by her size. And again, she's only 125 pounds, would have made a great rug or mount, but just a little too small. I had a great hunt in Idaho, a do-it-yourself public land hunt in a new area with an old friend. I didn't take a bear, got a lot of great footage, saw 9 or 10 different bears. It was a lot of work on public ground, but that's what made it rewarding. Our bait sites, we put them in ourselves. It worked. We saw a lot of bears, just nothing that I wanted to take. I'm done here in Idaho. I'm headed back to Montana. Ryan's been on the East Coast doing a couple rodeos. The plan is to meet back at the house, pack the truck, and we're headed to Manitoba with Adrenaline Outfitters for some really big bears.
Join us for part 2 as Team Outback Outdoors members Jim and Rocket Ryan head to northern Manitoba with Adrenaline Outfitters for spring bears.